Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Monday! We are on number 21. 21. We are in our final week of Self-Love December, okay? So we got 21 through 25 this week. I'm ready to go. Today is going to sound like a very, very familiar one, but it is different. So anyways, just a little bit because there's a little more insight to it. But how was your weekends? How was everybody's weekend? Of course, we had the holidays. If you don't celebrate, then it was just the weekend. But I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's Monday again. Some people are going back to work. Some people are going back to school. No school right now. Some people are going back to work, but others are not. Others are on vacation. So if whatever you're doing today, just make it a good day. Okay. I found this in a book this morning that I really, really love. And it says, I affirm that today only good shall come to me. Okay, so make that kind of, you know what, make that your first thought of the day, right? When you open your eyes, oh, I'm so happy and grateful for another day. And I affirm that today only good shall come to me. Don't think about anything else. Don't worry about anything else. Just put it in your head that only good will come to you today. And no matter what happens, say it every morning. Say it every morning. Good morning, Eileen. So again, I affirm that today only good shall come to me. All right. And just leave it at that. Don't give it any further thought than that. Because I really think that can put you in a good mindset. You want to put the good, positive energy out there. That way, no matter what is thrown at you, you can handle it, right? We're being given tools now. Good morning, Catherine. We're being given tools now, and that's just kind of what Self-Love December is all about. Is coming up with these tools that you'll have in your, in your tool belt. So when bad things happen, you'll know exactly how to handle it, and even if it's just a deep breath, right? Even if it's just a deep breath. I wanted to do some affirmator cards this morning, and I was going to pull some, but something just told me, just let them come out of the deck. We'll tell you what you need to hear. So, again, we are on day number 21 for Self-Love December, and I'm going to start with the cards first, wait for some people to come on, and then we'll get rolling. Wow, it's weird how they're coming out. All right, I think, is that it? Let me see if that's it. Oh, guess not. So anyways, there's like 5 cards here. I mean, these are paragraphs, so they're not, but maybe it's because today's subject, good morning, baby sibling. Today's subject is kind of one we've sort of covered before, but on Hodgepodge Monday, we're doing it again, sort of. It's a little bit different, and this time I have notes that I want to share because this is something that actually, from the time that we initially did something similar at number 16 to number 21, there's a lot that's even changed for me. And so it's very, very good subject today. But first, the affirmator deck. Gentleness. Cute little cloud. I speak with gentleness and I listen with gentleness. I align with the gentlest part of myself and I take joy in being receptive, open, and unafraid. I am like a baby deer who's best friends with a baby elephant. The baby elephant wraps its little trunk around my shoulders and we lie down gently on the grass, daydreaming and talking about what sorts of humans the clouds look like. Isn't that cute? What sorts of humans the clouds look like. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Even if you're going through something where you feel you might be healing anything, or maybe you're just working on personal stuff, but be gentle with yourself. There are going to be things that come up that you do not want to deal with, that you do not want to think about anymore. Maybe there are even things that you caused other people to feel. Be gentle with yourself. We're human. We make mistakes. Okay. And the best way to fix a mistake is to make that correction, it's just to make that correction and not be so hard on yourself. Take the lesson and learn from it. And then don't do it again. And if you do it again, just keep learning that lesson until you're not doing it anymore. Okay? But don't quit on yourself and be kind to yourself. Be gentle. Oh, there you go. Forgiveness. You guys saw it. These cards just kind of came out. So Congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is, forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive, forgiver. Remember, these cards are kind of snarky. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. Okay, somebody obviously watched Spider-Man before they wrote this one, but like the old Spider-Man. But again, have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. That is a great thing to remember. Forgiveness can bring a lot of inner peace. If it's somebody, it doesn't mean you're letting them off the hook. What you're doing is you're saying, you know what, I'm not going to let this feeling bother me anymore. I'm not going to let this person bother me anymore because, you know, it's not worth it. It's taking away my energy. It's taking away my power. And so with that comes great inner peace, you know. So, ooh, abundance. Who doesn't like that? But remember, abundance just isn't about material things. It's about all kinds of things. It's about, you know, love and joy and happiness, you know, so those kind of things. What is this? Sorry, there's like really tiny writing. Oh, I see. It's kind of a jokey thing where they crossed it out. Congratulations. It seems you're due for, and it says a little, and then they cross out a little and says an infinitely big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone, so get your whipped cream ready unless you're lactose intolerant and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. And no, I wasn't laughing at those who are lactose intolerant. It's just kind of like, really, they think of everything on this. So again, congratulations. It seems like you are due for an infinitely big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. Already plated and ready. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone, so get your whipped cream ready unless you're lactose intolerant and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. Okay, everybody deserves good things, even if you feel like you don't. That's why I said in that card at the very beginning, say this today. I affirm that today only good shall come to me. I affirm today only good shall come to me. All right. Oh, I have a kitty visitor. Hi, Nini. Lily. She doesn't see the other one on the bed. Whoops. That's going to be interesting. So anyways, clarity. This is going to come in handy. Actually, the abundance card is also going to come in handy. So far, every card that I've pulled is going to really fit in with today's subject. All right. Clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar, and the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage, or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. So there you go. Sometimes it's very hard to calm the conscious mind. The conscious mind is that mental chatter. But the conscious mind also feeds into the subconscious mind, which is kind of where everything happens, where everything kind of builds and builds and builds until it starts to manifest in your reality. And so that's why in the conscious mind, in that mental chatter, we have to really find a way to just quiet it. I know it's hard, but again, I affirm that today only good things shall come to me. If you keep saying that, it's going to remind you to stay in a good mindset. You can also throw in there, I look with wonder at, what is it? I look with wonder at that which I see before me, or something like that. I'll have to find it. But I look with wonder at that which is before me, or before you. But, you know, fix it for you. All right, let me try this again. I look with wonder at that which is before me. See? My conscious mind is kind of like, no, don't give that away. But no, it is. So use one of the two. When something bad or not so great starts to feel like it's happening, or a bad icky feeling starts to creep up, I affirm that today only good shall come to me. And remind yourself of that. A lot of times things are coming up to heal themselves. You know, it needs to come up and out so you can heal it. But a lot of times we allow it to just kind of body slam us into the ground. If you take control of the situation and you say only good shall come to me today, you are literally taking, the bull by the horns and saying, you know what, bad feeling, you may be a bad feeling, but I am going to turn it into something that's good and positive for me. I am going to let it heal, finally. So take that rind and throw it into your trash or your compost heap. So, hi, meow. Sorry, she's not going to stop meowing. Ideal partnership. Wine and cheese. Who does not love wine and cheese? I love wine. I love cheese. Hi. Okay, hold on one moment. Come here. I'm doing something, so you're just gonna have to wait. Sorry, this is what happens during lives. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, I love the Prophet Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. So just, that one really didn't have a whole lot to do with what we're talking about. But if, in a way it does. So, ideal partnerships can go beyond people. It can go to, your work and, or projects and, lots of different things. But I think what it's trying to tell you is once you find that clarity, once you have that forgiveness and that gentleness, about it, and once you realize that you deserve a big piece of that abundance pie, good things can happen. You're opening a gateway. You're opening a door or a window, right? Open a door. Who climbs out windows? But unless you have a fire escape, I know. But if you don't have a fire escape, don't climb out a window. Just go out the front door. But good morning, Debbie Hall. I think I said good morning to you, but I'm not sure. So anyways, here we go. Number 21. What bad habits or mindsets do you need to quit? Actually, it says, what bad habits and mindsets do you need to quit? Now, this is going to sound very, very similar to number 16, which was figure out your limiting beliefs and eliminate them. So, and I put that in here, similar to number 16. So right now is the time to get 100% honest with yourself. When these first came across my my path on what to write down for the 25 days of self-love, I wasn't sure, or the number, 25 things of self-love. I wasn't sure if I should put that in there twice. But one of the reasons I did is because I think it's important for us to remind ourselves that these things are going to come up. And I really wanted to drive this one home. It is Monday. We are in the last Monday of the year. Okay? Every day, guys, this week is going to be the last Monday through Friday of the year. And then Saturday, hey, New Year starts on a weekend. That's got to be pretty good, right? The New Year starts on a weekend. Well, if you don't work weekends. But if you do, still, it's a good thing, right? Because weekends, people are shopping, so you're busy. Your day's going to go by fast. Always try to look at it in a positive light. Okay? But again, what bad habits and mindsets do you need to quit? A lot of times when things go sideways, we tend to just ride. We just tend to fall with it. Okay? Instead of be like a lumberjack, all right? The lumberjack's sitting there and he's running that log. He's running that log like crazy. Sorry, I have some stuff falling back here. He's running that log like crazy, right? And his ultimate goal is to not fall off. Okay? And I don't know a lot about those kind of competitions or why they even do it. I guess, even in the middle of nowhere, you need to have some fun. But, and I'm sure it started from somewhere. Everything starts from somewhere, right? But the ultimate goal is to not fall off. So when you feel like you're running that log, when you feel like everything is just kind of like, what the hell? Don't just fall with it. Push against it. Okay? A lot of times we always talk about going with the flow. But sometimes going with the flow goes against the flow. It goes, and it makes you resist. You feel like, okay, well, something bad's happening again, so forget it. I'm just going to go with it and deal with it later. No, just that's where this comes in. I affirm that today only good shall come to me. Okay, and say it with power and conviction. Say it over and over again. Make this your weapon. Make this your shield. Or I look with wonder at that which is before me. I look with wonder at that which is before me. If something bad is happening, or that you may consider bad, it's probably a lesson. It's probably something that we're trying to learn, or maybe, like I said, it could be a feeling that's trying to come out, that, you have to go through it to grow through it, right? If you just kind of decide to let it stockpile on you, then you're not really going through it. You're literally burying yourself in it. And that's not how we move forward. You can't move forward laying on the ground underneath your building of sadness, right? No. And in a lot of ways, if you're still trying to get from the sea of misery into the ocean of bliss, if you're trying to cross through that wall of waves, that wave has just pummeled you back into the sea of misery. Sometimes you just got to pull down the sails and do your best to sail through. And like I've said before, that doesn't mean the ocean of bliss doesn't have a lot of crap going on over there. It just means you're better equipped to deal with it, to handle things as they come. And I know it's not always easy. There's always going to be something that feels like, is just trying to body slam us every day. But that's the other reason why I did the 25 days or 25 things of self-love December. That's why I did self-love December, period. Because we're about to head into a new year. And I want people who are still even in the early stages of doing shadow work, or maybe you're at the end stages, or maybe you're just trying to find your footing because you're done with all your shadow work. These are the tools, some of the major tools that we can use to get through it. So if you've been watching, I hope you've been paying close attention, because, I actually will end up posting all of these. I'll just put it in a blog and do a list of all of these and stick it up on social media. But that way you can see your 1 through 25 and what they are. And you can go back through and see what they mean to you. But it's interesting because I wrote this down before I pulled these cards. My first note: do you need to forgive yourself for something? I had a lot of forgiving I had to do for myself, things that I was holding myself accountable for from like years and years ago, decades ago, because I felt like I needed to be punished. And because of that, I held myself back. I left myself feeling limited. I left myself, with these limiting beliefs that I wasn't a good person. I mean, it wasn't anything super bad, but they were choices in my life I made that I sometimes questioned and thought, well, did I make the right decision? And I've talked it through with baby sibling and older sibling, even my dad, on some things. And they all told me you had to do what was best for you, and you had to move forward the way you had to move forward. But even going into the new year, starting next year, there's a lot of things that I want to change to this perspective. We know enough about my life story. We know enough about the things I've been through. And yes, it may come up again, but I want to start focusing not so much on how I healed, but how we can heal you, how we can help you grow, how we can, move forward together. I mean, there are going to be days when I will reference things because, I'm still growing. Yes, I completed that cycle. Yes, I came full circle on something, but we're still growing every day. We're still learning every day. And we're going to do that until the day we take our last breath. Okay, so number 2, you are not limited. You've just acquired limiting beliefs. If you were ever told bad things when you were a kid, it is time to break that. Okay, here's a good quote that I read this morning. Say it with power and conviction. It came from The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. I now smash and demolish by my spoken word every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records through the Christ within, the records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. Now, the Christ within, she does do, or she does quote the Bible from time to time in this. If that is not your thing, then just say your source within, your spidey instincts within, right? But what it's trying to say is, I now make my perfect records through your subconscious within, or your superconscious. Actually, your superconscious is your source mind, your higher power mind, your God mind. But I now make my perfect records through this, the records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. It's retraining your brain. And see, I wrote that on the other side. I affirm that today only good shall come to me. We grow up with a lot of limiting beliefs. And it's not to blame the parents all the time. Sometimes parents are responsible for, the things they say to their children. Because not everybody has great parents, okay? But that's where we have to go back. And it may not even be a parental thing. It could be a school thing. It could be a childhood thing. I know somebody who tried out for a play and was told, sorry, you're not pretty enough. When they were a kid who just wanted to be a part of something, and it's like, nope, sorry, you're not pretty enough. I mean, look at the movies, right? Julie Andrews did My Fair Lady on Broadway. And then when it came down to going to make the movie, they told her, sorry, we need someone that's basically better looking. They can't sing, so we're going to have someone sing over them. But, sorry, too bad. And I mean, I like Audrey Hepburn, not her fault. But the director actually said that, or whoever was casting actually said that to her. Okay? That's okay, though, because she went on to make Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music. So my childhood was complete. They were made long before I was born. Those movies were made long before I was born. But they were a very big staple in my childhood growing up. So, but I think what we don't realize is through the course of time, whether it's in the schoolyard, in the classroom, in the home, maybe in work, we're always going to pick up somebody else's opinion. And what was it that I wrote down last week? Don't limit yourself to other people's beliefs. Okay? That literally just flew out of my mouth last week. It flew out of my head. And I love it. Don't limit yourself to other people's beliefs. Do not. What matters is what you feel in here, inside of you. Okay? That's where your charisma comes from. Other people don't create your charisma. You create your charisma. You are the one who is this fountain of energy and this fountain of brightness. Shine so bright that everybody can feel it. And just allow yourself to. Sometimes, we're told, oh, well, stop acting up or stop acting out or goofing off because you're just trying to get attention. If somebody's out there trying to make other people laugh and somebody says to you, you're just trying to get attention, maybe it's because they don't have what you have. They don't know how to get that attention. So they're going to sit there and they're going to bring you down because they don't want you to succeed in where you're going. They don't, and it's not that they're doing it consciously. Some might be. So watch out for them. But subconsciously, they're hurting inside. They don't know how to find it. So they want someone to sit with them in their misery. Don't be that person. Don't let them pull you down either. When somebody has a lot of charisma, let them have it. Learn from it. Ask them, hey, you know what? I know you can't teach me how to be charismatic, but can you, help me get out of my own way? And you'd be surprised. You would be surprised. I mean, apparently I've had charisma all my life, but I didn't realize it until older sibling was like, well, you know why people like you. It's because you're charismatic. I would have never guessed it. Seriously. I mean, I would never, because I didn't think I was. Because I can be quiet. Because I can be kind of just, let me go sit in the corner while everybody has fun. But when I started to heal, even that long ago, things are always going to come up and out. It's just now I've really kind of buckled down and allowed everything to just, it's like having food poisoning versus the flu. Okay. I mean, I know that sounds gross, but it is. It's like food poisoning only lasts for a little bit, right? So you're just getting all that icky stuff out. But the flu, it lasts for a while and you feel horrible. You have the body aches. You're just, bleh, it's just gross. And, but you're getting it up and out and you're doing it all. You're doing it all. It's not just one or two things that made you sick that you're getting out. It's just this virus flying through your body going, hey, you know what? I'm here, but let's do this. And that's kind of what we're getting up and out. Think of it like a virus. All these icky, nasty things. There's no cure for it. Sometimes you just have to ride it out. But it does get better. It does get better. So the next thing, think back to where the root of your mindset might be. It may be something you didn't even realize. I had the super epiphany this weekend. I finally got to what I believe truly. And if baby sibling's listening, maybe she can tell me, she can validate that for me. But I truly, truly believe I finally got to the root of my issues. And I literally sat there and said, that's stupid. I did. I'm like, that is stupid. That is the easiest thing. Why didn't I figure that out before? How come it took me so long to get there? Why is it this dumb? Something that I would never have even crossed my mind. This foundation that had been laid. Yes. Baby sibling said I did. But I did. And then I sat there and, I'm going to step out of my lane for a second. I talked to my guides about it. And I even prayed on it. God and I had a powwow. Myself and my table, my spiritual table, we all had a powwow. We had a board meeting at the table. And the one thing I journaled out, and I did in my shadow work, and I began to understand was that if I had skipped all the way to where this root problem was, it wouldn't have mattered to me if I hadn't done all that healing. I would have just been like, oh, okay, is that it? All right, no problem. But this time I realized when I got to this root of all these issues, it was, sorry, pixel snoring. It's just totally distracting me. When I got to the root of all of this, I had the emotions behind it. I had the healing behind it. I had that gift of knowledge behind it. And so even though I was like, you got to be effing kidding me. This is it. That's it. It was like that. It was like, that's it. It's like going through this whole maze, right? And you're like thinking, oh my God, this great, amazing thing is going to be at the end of this trail or at the end of this, maze. I'm going to find something spectacular, and it's nothing. It's like a sign that says, congratulations, you made it. But that's just it. Congratulations, you made it. And then you sit there on the bench and you're thinking, that's it? A sign that says, yay, I made it? But meanwhile, you hear other people out there just kind of like, where the hell do I go? Why do I keep hitting dead ends? You had to work for it. You had to get there. You had to learn all those lessons so that you could figure out. You had to backtrack sometimes, or maybe you had to plow right through. But you got there. And then suddenly, when you're getting ready to leave, you see that sign, and that sign says, congratulations, you made it. And it means something. It finally means something. Good morning, Tiffany. So, again, think back to where the root of your mindset might be. It may be something you didn't even realize. All right. Now, what you speak, your subconscious picks up and creates a reality. So speak kindly. Speak kindly. This is what I'm talking about when we talk about what bad habits and mindsets do we need to quit. What bad mindsets and habits do we need to quit? Okay, these are the limiting beliefs. And like I said last week, don't limit yourself to other people's beliefs. Don't limit yourself to other people's beliefs. I have friends that believe in everything across the board and some who believe in nothing. And I don't mean nothing in a bad way. I mean, they just kind of like, they're go with the flow kind of people. There's no hand on their life except their own. And they just go to the beat of their own drum. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't limit yourself to other people's beliefs. That is the most important thing that I can say to you today, that I've also said to you last week on day 17. So, but we're on 21 now. And like I said, we're hitting 21 through 25 this week. This is the final week of Self-Love December, obviously, because it's the last week. But these are going to be some of it. They might feel like the end of the maze, right? Where it just says, congratulations, you made it. Some of the subjects this week may be like, well, really? That is so lame and simple. But when you go back and you look and you think about what you've learned over this last month, you're going to be like, oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, so whatever bad habits and mindsets that you need to quit, remember this. Do you need to forgive yourself for something? If you do, find a way to forgive yourself and let it go. You don't need to carry it. Don't let something bad anchor you. You know, forgive it and move on. You know, if you have a situation or a person or something else you need to forgive, remember, when it comes to other things outside of ourselves, forgiveness doesn't mean that you're letting somebody off the hook. It means that you're taking your power back and not letting that pain hurt you anymore. Okay? You are not limited. You just acquired limiting beliefs. You are not limited. You've just acquired limiting beliefs. And again, I'm going to cover that one more time. Over the course of our lives, we're going to pick up things. We're going to pick up other people's projected beliefs because they can't heal themselves. So they're going to project onto us. And sometimes our subconscious is going to pick that up and it's going to say, oh God, maybe I am that bad. Maybe I'm not that cool. Maybe I'm not that pretty. Maybe I'm not that smart. If you're saying maybe, then it's probably wrong. Because you probably are. Everybody's smart. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's human. Okay? Maybe you're not smart in one way, but you're probably smart in another way. You know? I have a friend on here. I'm not sure if she's still on. But she just graduated from college. And she's super smart. And she knows stuff in a whole different field I didn't even know existed. But there's other people that she knows who are also super smart. Who have a general knowledge of a lot of things in other areas. You know? Don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody has their own path. Everybody travels their own road. Okay? Everyone's doing their own test in this life. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Because other people's papers may not have the answer you need. All right? And again, think back to where the root of your mindset might be. It may be something you didn't even realize. Like I said, when I got to the root of what I came full circle for, I was just like, you got to be freaking kidding me. But when I sat with it for a few minutes, I began to understand. And I began to see that if I had discovered that truth of the root of the issue sooner, it wouldn't have had the same impact as it did on me this weekend when I was really kind of tying up the loose ends of that coming full circle and coming to that, you know, because it's a new phase for me now. I'm in a whole new circle. I'm just on this brand new journey. And it feels like, if you're familiar with the tarot deck, it's like the Fool card. You're at this beginning stage, right? You're at the very, very beginning of something new and amazing and grand and exciting. And you can't see anything that's going to happen ahead. So be cautious, but be naive at the same time. Allow yourself to, you know, let your spidey instincts work, but don't go against the grain. Just go with the flow. Try it out. See how it works. Going with the flow can actually be amazing, right? And if you struggle with that, remember, I affirm that today only good shall come to me. Say it with feeling. Say it with meaning. And lastly, what you speak, your subconscious picks up and creates a reality. So speak kindly. If you keep speaking badly about yourself, you are going to bring bad things into your life. Okay? If you keep trying, you know, I have a friend who's been battling some health issues, and every single time she says, oh, she jokes about it. She's like, oh my God, this is my life. This is how it is. You know, I can't even think about what is going to happen next. Not what might happen next, what's going to happen next. And believe it or not, it seems like every month something new happens to her to just pile on to the health problems she already has. So my other friend and I, who are on this group chat with her, have just said, you know what? We're done. We're literally going to start shooting you with positivity. Okay? No more joking about the crap. No more saying these things. And we told her straight out, every time you say something, you are literally making it happen. Even if you're joking. If you joke about your weight, if you joke about, whatever, for me, I say weight because, I joke about my weight. I always try to beat someone to the punch. But I'm literally continually putting myself behind the 8-ball because I'm speaking it into reality. And, this may be out of some people's wheelhouse. They may be thinking, yeah, bullshit, Shelly, whatever. But the truth is, your subconscious mind picks things up and it causes limitations on you. It creates a limiting belief. Or I got another kitty at my feet. But it does. It creates these limiting beliefs. Okay? So, go out there. Remember, affirm that today only good will happen to me. And like I said, if you don't like that one, I look with wonder at that which is before me. When can you hear her? Hi. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? I know. She's a squirrely one. But no, so there you go. What bad habits and mindsets do you need to quit today? And remember, do not limit yourself to other people's beliefs. Build yourself up. You deserve that. Okay? You deserve to be a big tower amongst the other big buildings. You don't need to be a little tower. You don't need to let other people tower and shine over you. Everybody shines their own light. There's enough room in this world for everybody to shine their light. Everybody. You don't need to take a back seat to somebody so they can shine. Shine with them. Because for all you know, your shining that you might do, this bright, charismatic personality that comes out of you, it could be inspiring someone else to find that in themselves. It's like a chain. And that little, it's like the ripple effect, right? You throw a rock in and poof, all these little ripples happen. Just throwing an idea out there and hoping that it ripples into something bigger. Hoping that, if I help one person, they're going to help somebody else. Or if I help a lot of people, they're going to help somebody else. Take these ideas and run with it. It doesn't matter where it comes from. What matters is that we get it out there, that we get people feeling good about themselves again. This has been a rough couple of years, and there's a lot of people starting to question themselves. And there's a lot of people that just aren't coping well. And, when you don't cope well, when you start going within, sometimes you go too deep within and you start creating your own issues. You start creating things that didn't exist in your mind before. Don't do that. I know it's hard and it's easier said than done sometimes. But personally, I think it's just as easy as it is to say. You are your own person. Follow your own journey, follow your own path, and just go with the flow. Okay? And when it isn't easy, do it anyway. All right? So, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy Monday to everyone. Once more, have a great, great week, guys. For everybody who's out there that does have to work, I am hoping that your traffic is minimal and awesome because it is still a holiday week for a lot of people. And hopefully, in my own experience, that you still leave the freeways pretty wide open. So thank you, Debbie. I hope you have a great day too. But yeah, all of you have a great day. I will see you back here tomorrow for number 22 of Self-Love December, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Facebook Live. If you can't catch it live, it's on you. I upload it to YouTube within the hour under the Aloha Perspective with Shelly Marie Lucas. So you can find it anywhere. Twitter, anywhere. Okay. But like I said, at the end of all of this, I will write down just each number and post it so that you can keep it, so that you can remind yourself, and you can even make little squares, throw them in a box. And if you're having a bad day, pull one out. That's self-love. That's self-care. because your instincts are going to pull out what you need for that day to heal whatever it is that's hurting you. All right. So again, have a great day, and I will see everybody tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.